Hi, it's Malcolm here and welcome to another video, and in today we're going to talk about doing match bets with the TTS software. I've already placed a bet this morning on Swiss Pride and I want to tell you, kind of go through why I did it. Um, but obviously it's an evens bet, so it means whatever I put on, if I win I get back, so which is kind of what I'm trying to do. Just one bet a day, getting 3% of my bank roughly, which is, well, is about, I had a £300 bank, so it's about £9, but I put 10 on there just to see what would happen. Okay, so I've placed the bet. Now what I want to do is explain to you why I picked this one. I mean, I haven't gone through all the cards today, but I want to just tell you why I picked this one. So let's go. Okay, now, so here's TTS, and obviously we've got all this information all day. Now I think there's a little issue there's a little thing that some people don't always think about, and that's that this green rating can be a little bit weird depending on the amount of information that we have available. So let's clarify that slightly. This was originally, when I created TTS originally, I created it for handicap races only. But as time has come along, I've added in, maidens and novice stakes just to show the race cards. But you'll notice that even now when you go to them, there's not a lot of information. Just some of the odd runners that have some wins or have some background are showing information. But the majority you'll see are either 200s or zeros, and you get these odd one or two around. Now this can happen on a handicap card as well, and this first card is a classic example. So going along, we've got some things, no pace form for some reason for these races, but we've got the form, and when they last won, what they won by, that kind of thing. And we got the speed rank. My speed rank, I don't know how good it is. It seems good in some occasions and not so good in other occasions, but it's something there to kind of work with. And then we got the forecast rank and price and the actual 6 a.m. price, that kind of thing, to show you if it's going up or down or whatever. And then we've got all the ratings and the 1-4 rating, which is that one, and that one, the 1-3, which is that one, and that one. And the top speed rating, which is pretty much all of them put together. So these columns are kind of from how they performed at similar races before in the past, and I've just kind of made up all these different ratings based on different ideas. So you've got kind of 4 different columns. So this is the one, this top one, which has got 200. It's missing 2 columns. Okay, so you kind of have to be a little bit careful, because you don't actually know, average 1 and average 2, what's kind of happened there. And so we've got this 1-3 because we've got this 100 and 100 here, and we've got this TP 200 because it's 100 plus 100. But you're kind of like, well, it's missing 2 columns of information, so how much can I trust it? Now, I'm not saying you can't trust it, but I am saying that, look, there's bits of information missing here. So be a little bit careful with that, but it's done relatively well. It's had a winner. Well, it's kind of gone off form a little bit, this particular one. So I'd be a little bit concerned about totally trusting this as a runner, just because there's not all the information you'd expect. So now what you could do is go to the next one and say, well, I know this one's got all the information, it's got 112, and then if you could do an AVB against another one, or a match betting against another one, then that will give you kind of a bit more information about them. So yeah, I'm kind of saying just don't take the top green rated for any reason. Think about it a little bit, and whether you've got enough information to really clarify that's top green rated. And it is, as far as those 2 columns are concerned, and you can argue that. I just think that when you see 100%, it's kind of like, well, we haven't got enough information to really take a lot from it. And 100% are always, and 200% are always like, yeah, they're just up there. So if we come down, see, this is more probably, but again, see, nearly 4 of these runners have no information. It's a bit up and down this race. So again, you know, you kind of think, well, I don't know. So the 1400, that's probably a little bit better. We know that that top green rating has got all the numbers there. So maybe if we're not up against this one, but one of the others, we've got all the information as well. So it's a good one to kind of look at, you know, our selection or the top selection and one of the other selections. And again, in the 410, it's all there. So I actually went on this 430. And I want to tell you why, because it's not, as you can see, we've got a Swiss Pride and a Pauline. The problem was there's a couple of non-runners in this race as well, which kind of made it a little bit different. So I've actually gone for Swiss Pride being not the top rated, not the top group, but, you know, near the top. Okay. And we're going against a Pauline, Pollinaire, sorry, which is right down here at the bottom. And so I've taken the decision that we've kind of got this one here, which is top TP rating, quite a high top TP rating actually, and it's got 5 tipsters going for it. And I've kind of gone across and thought, well, you know, it's won its last 2 races. This one hasn't. It's kind of why this would be, you know, against each other. But anyway, it's all its columns are a lot less. And we have got some greens across here, 3 greens actually. And so 28 against 56, 14, 11 against 52. And, you know, we generally look for about 30 plus points difference between the two. Well, mine's at 109 and this one's down at 39. So that's 70 points difference. I was concerned about one thing on this, and that's only the better than rank, where this one tends to seem to run a little bit better than expected in a race, but whereas Swiss Pride doesn't. So it's kind of like that was my only thing that kind of worried me a bit. The Dob PL1 Swiss Pride is 3.95, which means it does tend to run pretty well in play when it's going well, whereas Apollinaire doesn't. So with a negative PL there. So, you know, Dobbs won the last 2 races. So I kind of went, well, I kind of see that as a good selection. So, and that's why I decided to go for it, and I placed it evens bet to see what happens. And if you go down the cards, that's kind of what you're looking for. Just always try and make sure you've got as much information as possible when you go one against the other, and don't just do it because it's got a 200% green rating or 100% green rating or whatever. It's just, that's not what you're looking for. You're looking for the information that you can use to base them both on, you know, so that you're not missing bits of information. You really want all the information here, like this race here. That one's a bit iffy. That one is definitely a bit iffy. And, you know, some of the cards are just like that. This one's a better card. And it goes on. So you'll probably get some good cards during the day and not so good cards. Anyway, what I do is I'll report back at the end of this video and show you how I've done. But hopefully that gives you a bit more information about how to select the winners or the runners that you're going to go for if you're doing an AV or match bet. And so just to show you that, boom, yes, I won. So Swiss Pride actually came in second, but it beat the other runner who I think came in last. But there you go. That's how it works. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.